This is Grand Theft Auto, released in 1997 by BMG. I don't know what their connection is with Rockstar, but obviously this is the start of the franchise that became the incredible sandbox world that is the GTA games as we know now. Let's get into it. Now, this is a top-down. Who you? Let's go with Troy. It's a top-down kind of game. It's not sprite scaling, it's kind of 3D, but you know, there's that whole sort of the way the movement works on the perspective of the buildings. You'll see what I mean. I was never a fan of this. Oh, I'm sorry, my voice cracked up. Of this game. I don't like the Resident Evil controls. Run, rotate. It has its place in video game history because if it wasn't for this, we would not have the shiny goodness that is the current Grand Theft Auto, sort of franchise. But I was never a fan of this game. It's not to say it's not impressive the way it's an open world. I do like the fact on the back of the case. Oh, hang on. If you tell me I can't go there, I'm going to go there. I do like the fact on the back of the oh, no idea. I made that leap. That was very weak. That was a poor James Bond stunt. Yeah, I do like the fact on the back of the case that one of the marketing sort of promotions for this game was 16.7 million colours. As if somehow any game that didn't have that many colours was pretty much black and white and prehistoric and shite. But no, it's impressive is what it is, because it is an open world. It's a sandbox. People think sandbox is usually 3D. I guess this is kind of, but like third person 3D. No, this ticks all the boxes for a sandbox game. You can hijack any car. Don't like that though when a skyscraper's over the top of you and you can't see what the fuck you're doing. But no, it's a sandbox, so there's no denying, I'm gonna nick your car, bitch, that it has its place. I don't like the mechanics of how to run. As I said, Resident Evil. It has its place, I should say, in I lost my ride in modern gaming for what it's introduced or the franchise it started. Right, I'll have you, classic boy. But what makes me laugh about this game is, oh my god, you got beans. You look at the back of the case and it's an 18 certificate and you're like, why? I know it's horrific, you can carjack, you can kill, you can blow people up, you can do all kinds of horrific shit, but does this really look like, oh, that does make me nauseous, the way the camera pans up and down. Does this really look like to you, when you look at it, that, this is basically the start, as some people say, because of the start of the franchise, the fall of society, the ills of society? Bollocks, I say. Bollocks, I say. I want a slower car. How poor is that? I want your car, actually. Very poor. Because it's like all the shit from Grand Theft Auto these days and the current games, and people go like, oh, you're killing my kids, you're making my kids into murderers and criminals and shit like this, and people who don't want to take responsibility for their own children, and so it's easy to blame it on video games. But if you look at the start of the series, you're like, wow. And I know as a retro video gamer, it's more kind of apparent to me, which is, wow, you were blaming it on these games back then? Seriously, why? I mean, look at it. And then I guess to some degree, if you look at Mortal Kombat, they were doing the same thing, and that's even more primitive. But it's just, if you listen to the media, this game apparently, and I'm doing this gameplay because I read an article in the Metro a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, saying like, everything with Grand Theft Auto, it wasn't like, pointing the finger, it was just saying, Grand Theft Auto is what it is, but here's its humble start. But yeah, so apparently if you look at this is the reason that society is collapsing. Right, fuck off. Not because people can't take responsibility for their own actions, not because people don't want to parent anymore, not because, you give, I don't like that, the freeway over the top. See, like I said, oh, I got out of the car, get back in the car. I can't see where I'm going. Not because, it's a game. Like, seriously, people, fuck off. I really wish I had the 60 expansion pack so I could drive an E-Type Jag. I get scared to press reverse because I keep pressing get out the car, but the reason that apparently the world is fallen foul and it's a horrible place is because of... Piss off, taxi boy. it's because of games like this. And then if you look at it in perspective, regardless of the fact that you can piss off Motorbike Boy, you can do, you know, horrific things. It's tame. Oh, piss off, Smokey. It's tame. It's tame. It's not for me. I gotta say, this is really making me feel nauseous. But yeah, why is everything that's wrong with the world down to stuff like this? It's bollocks. Is what it is. It's bollocks because it's a very clunky game. I'm glad it exists because it gave us such wonderful things or installments behind it. But it's clunky. The controls are pants. I have no idea what I'm doing, and the bottom line is, this couldn't hurt a fly. Oh, do I want a new car? Do I want a new car? Should I get out of a car? Should I kill people? I don't know. But if I do kill people, will it make me kill them in real life? Fuck off. That sign's above the street. Why can't I fucking drive under it? Is it that twat in a Merc? It's a twat on the bike. I'll have you. No, I don't want you. There we go. It's not a Jag. It looks like an E-Type. Right. So, there we go. Oh, the old bill on me. Shit. But yeah, it's funny because throughout video game history, and it will always exist and it will always happen and stuff like that. I don't mean to flog a dead horse, but it's just because of people talking to me recently and stuff that I felt the need to raise this again. It's video games will always be a scapegoat for people who don't want to take proper responsibility for their actions and shit like that. And it's far easier for them to say, it's not my fault my kids turned out to be murderers because I didn't raise them properly. It's video games' fault. No, it's not. It's your fault. Well, to some degree, it might not be your fault, but yeah, you know what I mean. That said, I'm very glad this franchise became what it was, but based upon... I'm going to run you over, motherfucker. Oh, based upon what it was in its early days, or its heydays, I should say, it's shit. I hate this game. It's bollocks. The freedom of movement's great and everything, but yeah, it's... I don't know. It's funny that a game that I don't consider, and obviously taste is subjective, so who am I to chastise or criticise anything? Oh, the old biller on me. Who am I to, you know, say that this is a bad game? But it's funny that a bad game like this, at least in my opinion or my neck of the woods, is considered to be the start of the downfall of moral society in video games. There we go. Piss off, Rosa boy. Anyway. Yeah, completely lost my thread, and well, I do know I made this video because I had an argument with someone today in a coffee shop who said everything that's wrong with society is because of movies and video games, and when I told them I disagreed and I thought they should take responsibility for their own actions, they told me that I had no right to tell them how to bring up their kids, which is what I never said, and I was sleepwalking into a disaster. I think I blew my fucking cam belt or something. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.